We're looking ahead to an incredibly exciting 2026 on PS5, as well as saying goodbye to our favourite colleague, the one and only Rosie Caddick, all on today's episode of the PlayStation Access Podcast. Hello and welcome to the PlayStation Access Podcast, the official podcast of PlayStation UK. I am your host, Rob Pearson. We are joined today by David Jackson.
Hello.
And for the very last time, Rosie Caddick.
Not necessarily the very last time.
No, the last time.
Like ever and ever. Look at your
Last time.
face. You're like, nope, this is it.
You're gone now.
Rob and I had their very different approaches to this.
Well, okay.
It's also the last PlayStation Access Podcast of 2025.
Yes, it
so
is.
we thought, what better time than to look forward to 2026?
Yes.
We are each going to be bringing to the table two games we are very much looking forward to that are, at the time of recording, slated to come out in 2026. And at the end, we might do a little bit of reminiscing about some of Rosie's best moments as well before we kick her out the door.
By the time this podcast's out, I would have already been kicked
Yeah,
out the door.
Already gone.
Already
Dead to
gone.
us.
Rosie who?
Already.
It hurts too much, Rosie. I can't look at you. I can't even look at you.
Not even a colleague anymore.
No.
Yeah, what would I be now if I'm not a colleague? Just a passerby?
Nothing.
Just nothing.
Yeah, it's an NPC.
An acquaintance.
Just an acquaintance.
An acquaintance.
No, you
Somebody
said that with your
I
head
used
tilt.
to know. That's it. Somebody that I used
Oh,
to know.
yes, you're an acquaintance.
Well, we could save getting sad for later. Let's
good.
start.
Something to look forward to.
Let's start with looking forward, because we've done our Game of the Year 2025 podcast and remarked, as we always do, about what a brilliant year it was. And I think 2026 is shaping up to be no different. There are some massive games scheduled to come out in 2026. We'll start with you, Rosie. What's your first game you're really looking forward to this year?
First game. Okay, the first game I'm super duper looking forward to is Resident Evil Requiem.
Surprise!
I mean, even I'm looking forward to this one, Rosie.
Oh, my God.
Yeah.
Oh, I don't know. I was going to say so am I. But
Yeah, you
this
are.
one's being made by the Resi 7 team, isn't it?
Yes, I believe
And
so.
they're much more scary.
The scary one.
You
You played this, Rosie. You've played this.
Yes. So I played this over at Capcom's office. Thank you, Capcom, for having me. And I absolutely fell in love with it. But I was also the person who was there when, because when I played it, there was a couple of other people from different media outlets there as well. And, you know, they were all like, as you would in a horror game, like run and scream, this, that, and the other. Whereas I was there and I was like looking at the, if you've played the demo, which has been available in a couple of gaming events and stuff, you have this creature like stalking you and chasing you. She's like a big daunting lady with big
Why
teeth.
is there always something horrible just chasing you relentlessly? Always.
I don't know.
But literally, when I was doing that section, I purposefully was like slowly like walking backwards and like looking at her just because I wanted to have a good look. And everyone at Capcom was just like, "What? What are you run? Like, what are you doing?" I was like,
What
"No,
are
I
you
want
doing?"
to see this monster. It's really cool."
Run, Neo, run.
Yeah.
What is he doing?
But it's
She's
like,
dead.
But even from the section I've played, it was absolutely fantastic. I love how you can play it in first person as well as third person.
That's so
because
cool.
I
Oh,
love
I didn't
both.
realise that.
Yeah. And
That's a big first, I think.
so it's the first time where you can just easily switch between the two.
Choice,
You can
yeah.
do it mid-game as
Interesting.
well, so it's not even as if it's like if you play the game in this setting, you're dedicated to that path.
Wow. That's bold, right? Because so much of how these games have been designed in the past has been to do with how the camera sits, either behind or
Well, it's
with the
certainly,
player.
it's certainly not a straightforward thing to do.
No.
You don't just go, oh, yeah, you decide. Like, that has huge implications, especially for a horror game where it's about what you see and feel.
That
and,
is, I did not know that was the case, Rosie, until you said that just then. That's big.
And I think that, that's really interesting. Do you prefer to see your character, and your character is not a kind of badass,
No,
Leon-esque, fighting machine. She's like an analyst or something.
Yeah,
who's
she's an
used to being
FBI
behind
agent.
a desk. So do you want to see her? I know that when you are in third person, you see her. She's very kind of scared walking through this environment, or do you want to see it? Do you want to be closer to the action yourself and being more scared? I honestly don't know what I would prefer. Both sound terrifying.
Pick, Rosie?
I reckon. Well, I can already tell you, I'm going to do multiple playthroughs, and
of course.
I could have told you that. Yeah.
And now for my first person.
Perspective. So I reckon I'm going to do third person first, but that's because I love Resident Evil 2 remake and Resident Evil 3 remake. I really enjoyed like the third person perspective and I still get scared from that perspective, but also I just love the gameplay feel of it. I think it's fantastic. And then after that, I'm going to do a full run, I think, first person. But even on my first playthrough, if there's like a really horrible bit.
So third person first and first person second.
Yeah, there you go. Perfect. But I think even when I do my first playthrough, I'm definitely going to, if there's some moments where... because the RE engine is brilliant at making things look really wet. Like,
yes.
So
like
if there's
burger.
like that burger and stuff. So if there's a moment where I'm like, oh, I've got to look at that in first person, then I'm gonna have a little cheeky switch over
Time
so I
to
can
switch
actually
to the wet camera.
yeah, wet camera, and I need to see all of that horrible mess.
Slime.
I didn't realise you were into that. So Rob's into water, you're into things that are wet. It's like they're almost the same thing.
Well,
but
now
not
Rosie
quite.
has voiced it. I have just that is a thing, isn't it?
Yeah.
Resi games, they look so gross
so true,
and slimy all the time.
Yeah,
And that is the quality of that burger. It's definitely the wetness
grease.
of it.
It's the grease.
It's the grease.
The
You can
grease.
see on not just the meat, on the cheese.
yeah.
Yeah.
And it's like when the rain falls as well, you see
Yes,
the
the
rain
rain.
shimmering on like coats and things like that.
Yeah,
I'm
very
like,
true,
I
very
just love it. It's so atmospheric in the RE engine.
Yeah.
So yes, I'm just incredibly looking forward to this. I'm really looking forward to seeing more about the like tiny little details that they've done to it. For example, you can turn lights on and off in multiple rooms. I don't want to say in each room because they're not in every room, I'm sure, but
Hate that.
yeah, literally. So it's like, what do you see? What do you not see? I don't know if that's
Do
going to...
you want to see better but be seen better?
Yeah.
Or do you want to see worse but hide better?
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
I don't want either.
None
I
of that,
want
please.
to be
Go
safe.
Yep.
Yeah, exactly.
And I'm also just super interested in seeing the story because I was just especially excited because of the fact we're going back to RPD being an absolutely iconic
I mean,
location.
that's so cool.
It's so cool. And we're going back to RPD like post Raccoon City being absolutely destroyed.
Mm-hmm.
And, just seeing what's come of it. And from the trailers, there's still obviously things happening in RPD. Like, how else are there all these supposed creatures and stuff like that roaming around? So something's still happening. And I was so excited. I had to play Resident Evil Outbreak 1 and 2, which I played both of them this year in preparation for Requiem because not only because it's like that sort of covers more about the events, what happens in Raccoon City itself with multiple civilians during, when everyone's like, evacuate Raccoon City because everything's zombie infested and stuff. But that also has Grace Ashcroft's mother in it. So I really wanted to see what her character was like, how she's involved with all of this, because we've now seen her in trailers and everything like that as well. And she's still got the, even in Resi Outbreak, she has this reddy maroon suit. So I was very happy to see she still had like a reddy maroon long coat. But
Ready evil.
Ready coat evil. So I was super excited to see what role she's going to play in it, and especially as well from the trailers, but when everyone's like, is this the Ashcroft's hotel room or something like that, and then suddenly everything just they're being chased and stuff like that. I was like, I wanted to know the significance of this character. So yeah, I am just super duper ultimately excited for this. I'm literally it's one of those games where it's like, okay, so what can I play in my scheduling games? It's like, what can I play in my Christmas break? Then I've got a month in January, but I don't want to have anything in the way of Resident Evil Requiem. Like, that is the game that I like. As soon as it comes out, which comes out on the 27th of Feb, as soon as it's out, I'm like, that is just me. That is my existence as this game for a bit. Nothing else is getting in the way. So I am incredibly excited.
I realise now that's why you're leaving PlayStation Access.
Yeah, just to play Resi Requiem.
So you can, you've got no other concerns whatsoever.
No other responsibilities to fulfill, nothing like that. No, it's just purely Resi Requiem time, and I cannot wait. I cannot wait. It's going to be so good.
Yeah, I've got very mixed feelings about it. I'm scared.
I think you're going to love it.
I also want to play it, but I'm
It's gonna
scared.
be really good,
But I do think this one is going harder.
Yeah.
I think this is going to be a scarier one. definitely.
Are you going to play? Because I know you enjoyed the gameplay of Resi 2 remake, but you're also terrified of the first person perspective. So do you know what you're going to do yet? First person or third person?
I think third person.
Yeah.
Yeah, but I love the detail in the games and looking, like you said, the engine's beautiful. I do like looking at things. So maybe in a safe space. I think my default will be third person. And if I'm feeling safe, which is probably a mistake, I might dip into first person.
There might not be any safe spaces.
There may not be any safe
That weird,
spaces.
gross thing that hunts you down, I bet it can get you anywhere.
There certainly aren't any typewriters. Well, there might be typewriters, but as Rosie found in your little demo,
There was
there's
an empty.
a little Easter egg, an empty ink ribbon.
Yep. So that's the thing. I don't know how it's going to save. I don't know anything about that. Literally, the section I played was, just a section where you are being stalked and chased by this creature. So, you have to escape it and you have to try and get out of the area. And that in itself was like incredibly exciting. But it's just so good because even when I played my section, there was a moment where like the creature was walking down a hallway. And this was when I was in first person. So I crouched and, the room was dark apart from a little red emergency light. And I risked it. And there was like a little corner in the wall between where the creature was coming out. So literally I was just like, oh my God, I have nowhere to hide. I'm just going to go in this corner and hope that it walks past me and doesn't see me. And that is exactly what happened. And even like the staff at Capcom were like, you're really risking it. You're really risking it. Because you could just think there's the risk of the creature comes out the doorway. And then it's just like, you're over here to the right. Like, I know where you are. But whereas it felt so intense that literally I was just crouching first person and this massive creature just walked by and didn't see me.
Yeah.
And I was following it, walking away, timing when I could then escape and stuff in this area that I completely risked. Like I could have just maybe just turned around and found somewhere else to hide, but I was like, no, I'm going to try it. I'm just so excited for it.
I'm getting that.
Yeah,
That
I'm so
sounds
excited.
great. That sounds like that's proper stealth there. When you're hiding right underneath the nose of the enemy.
Yeah.
Anyone can hide in a bush or can hide behind a hill like a mile away. But when you're actually proper sneaking past within, you can feel the breath on the back of your neck.
Yep.
Oh, yeah.
Oh, it's creepy.
stuff.
It's creepy and ghoulish.
Resident Evil Requiem.
Yeah, but what's yours, Rob?
Well, I was going to go to Dave next.
Oh, I then go to Dave then.
Well,
I was like, oh, well, no, okay. Tennis ball
no.
thrown back.
Yeah.
So, Dave, give us one of your games that you're looking forward to in 2026, please.
I think probably my most anticipated game of 2026 has got a release date, the 20th of March. I can't wait for Saros.
Hello, Nath from Access here with a small interruption to let you know that the date you've just heard for the release of Sauros has since been updated. While correct at the time of recording, the new date for the arrival of Sauros is the 30th of April 2026. We do make passing reference to the earlier date a couple more times, so please bear in mind the new date. That's the 30th of April 2026. And now back to the pod.
Which is the new game from Housemarque. I don't know loads about it apart from what I've seen in trailers and that it's being made by Housemarque, and that is more than enough for me.
Yeah.
Because Housemarque are one of these developers that have earned my complete and utter I don't know, just trust, love, obedience. Where they go, I will
Tell
follow.
me what to do, Housemarque.
Yeah.
And I will do it.
It began for me with Resogun,
Yeah.
which kind of launched with PS4, and Nathan, Rob, and I had many happy hours. Becoming Nathan, I think, Rob, maybe you fell off a little sooner. Have many happy
I played
hours.
Returnal on the launch day of PS4. Sorry, not Returnal. Resogun.
Yeah.
Returnal's the other brilliant game they've made. I played Resogun and I finished Resogun, as in I just got through the
you
4
got through
stages.
it,
And I was
did
like,
it.
yeah,
Yes.
I finished Resogun now.
Yeah.
And then didn't get quite as deep into it as Nath certainly got.
Nath went the furthest, definitely.
Yeah.
I think he
Was he
ended
on
up
like a world record or something?
He
at
was
one
on
point?
he was
He was
on
in
the
top
world
50.
stage. Yeah, I think he was
Yeah.
in the top 50 or something with his score. Resogun, absolutely amazing. That was my Christmas game of whatever year that was. My
2013.
God, 2013. No, was it? Oh my God, he's right, 2013. And I followed them then with several other games throughout that generation, which were also excellent. And then they came along with Returnal, obviously with the release of PS5 or near, early on with PS5, and I didn't know how they were going to translate what they do, which is this kind of like bullet hell, often sort of 2.5D arcade, very arcade feeling games, how that was going to translate
Super
into
stylish sci-fi,
into a third person's kind of sci-fi with these, it seemed to me, these very high minded ideas about having a deep sci-fi kind of story in there. I was a fool. I didn't believe. I didn't see how we could go from Resogun to Returnal, and Returnal absolutely blew me away, and it's definitely one of my games of the generation. I absolutely loved it. It's I don't even know what it is. It's so incredible. It's got so much to it, so many different facets, and everything that it does perfectly. Like I said, I don't know how they've managed to make the gameplay so amazing, and also have this incredible sort of sci-fi story. When we came from Resogun, which was ultimately an incredibly simple premise and game about saving humans from an alien invasion on like a kind of wheel, and that pedigree is all I needed, really. All I needed to hear was how smart we're making a new game, and it's called Saros. That's enough. But on top of that, I've now seen obviously the trailers, and it seems like they are just building upon Returnal massively. So there seems to be a similar kind of theme as Returnal, where it's a kind of a roguelike where you are reliving perhaps the same day or the same period of time, or certainly when your life ends, the game doesn't. You go back to maybe the start. I don't know how it works. I'm clutching at straws here, but my point is there's a similar kind of time, science fiction time element to this game. There's a new protagonist being played by Rahul Kohli, who I really like, who I think is excellent. And there's that same kind of bullet hell-esque gameplay with darting around, dodging, learning enemy patterns, coming through unscathed, seemingly unbelievable amounts of potential damage in this beautiful, weird science fiction landscape. It's something I would be really excited about anyway. But as I said, how smart making it is just like a times 100 multiplier for me. I can't wait, really can't wait to play it.
Exactly the kind of thing they would do in their game as well.
It is exactly the kind of thing they do in their game. That's oh my god,
Times
that's so
1000
true.
multiplayer.
Yeah.
Multiplier.
So the 20th of March, I will be probably long done with Resident Evil Requiem, i.e. I've decided I'm too scared after 25 minutes, and I'll spend the rest of March just waiting for that day,
Well,
and then I really can't wait for it.
This is very interesting because a day before that, on the 19th of March, the first game that I'm really looking forward to in 2026 comes out.
Oh my god.
Crimson Desert.
Oh wow.
Oh god, is that the day before?
Crimson Desert, which I had the pleasure of playing earlier this year, like a demo build of it, where I fought 4 of the bosses in the game.
Yeah.
So this is developed by Pearl Abyss, a Korean developer who you may know as the developer of Black Desert Online. And this originally, Crimson Desert, was I think supposed to be like a sequel or a spin-off, but has since become its own thing. And whereas Black Desert Online was an MMORPG, this is a purely single-player action-adventure, open-world fantasy role-playing game. All of those words are things I really, really like.
They're your words.
And every time I see it, I keep thinking to myself, is it really this good? And whatever I see of it, whatever I play of it, the answer is just yes. It does look that good. It is that massive. The combat is that cool, and the bosses are that brilliant and challenging. You play as a guy called Cliff, who's part of the Grey Mains, and I don't know too much narratively about what that means, other than it's your job to go around fighting things. The combat is more sophisticated and more challenging than I would have initially thought from this type of game. There are so many different combinations of moves that you can do. One of the moves is like a force push. Obviously, you can use it against enemies to knock them back, but you can also direct it at the ground to propel yourself in the air. And whilst in the air, take out your bow and arrow and do like a slow motion
Nice.
volley of arrows. And there was one particular boss fight where that was the strategy for winning.
Yeah.
Was to launch yourself into the air and slow-mo bow and arrow them to death. This horrible sort of witch who transformed into some ravens. But I really I think there is a Soulsborne-esque quality to the bosses, and I don't mean in terms of their difficulty, despite the fact that they are challenging. I mean in terms of how much of an event they are and how much personality they seem to have. Every boss feels like something that people will be talking about. Like I fought this one guy called the Stag Lord in this arena, and it was a destructible arena, and he was flinging me around all over the place, hurling me through walls. I was blocking him, hitting him through walls. The scenery was just crumbling all around us. It was this incredible 1v1, and I love those kind of battles when it's you versus another human-sized opponent and you're just going at it.
Yeah.
And I won the fight, and the way his like death cutscene was the most badass thing I've ever seen. He just like sort of hauled himself back onto his throne, and sort of slumped on his throne, and his blood started trickling down these steps, and it came down like this kind of waterfall of blood as he sat there, and he said something cool, and I felt like, even though I'd won the fight, I felt like the Stag Lord's won here because he's just a badass. But then I can imagine it being the kind of thing that people will be talking about in the communities. Like, how did you beat the Stag Lord? How did you feel? You know, in the same way that we talk about the iconic Soulsborne bosses, like Mikolash and like Lady Maria, and the next boss I fought, I was wearing the Stag Lord's shield. So I'd obviously taken it off him. Obviously, I was then transported to another pre-prepared save for this next boss fight. But I just got like a little glimpse as to what the moment-to-moment progression of the gameplay might be like picking up better equipment and having the Stag Lord's shield on my back, knowing where it came from and how hard I had to fight to get it. I love that kind of connection that you get with the people you're fighting, but also with the equipment that you have. Like, if the equipment that you have on your back means something to you when you look at it and you remember what you had to do to earn it, it's so much more memorable to me than just, that's just a thing I picked up in a chest or got here. And I really love that. And all of the bosses I fought were unique, varied, all had completely different gameplay to them. So another boss I was fighting, I think he was called the Reed Devil, and you fight him in this field of tall grass. And it's a completely different fight. He's like zipping around all over the place. He can create doppelgangers of himself. You've got to try and use the environment to your advantage whilst the Reed Devil is using it to his advantage. It was a completely different pace of fight. And then I fought this thing. I don't even know what it was. Just a giant crab-like creature with like geysers or gazers, however you pronounce that word, sort of like coming off its back, and you had to sort of like propel yourself upwards, like grapple onto its back, like swing around onto its back. We're almost talking like Shadow of the Colossus style here. So you've gone from fighting one-on-one against these human-sized enemies to suddenly fighting a completely different style of boss fight. A massive thing where you're sort of climbing along its back, trying to find its weak point. It feels so ambitious to me, what they're doing. So ambitious, like the breadth and depth and variety of not just the things that you'll be fighting, but how you can fight them, and add into that this enormous, beautiful fantasy open world that you get to explore. I don't know how they're doing it. It seems too big and it seems too good.
Yeah.
But whenever I see it, and Connor played it as well. I think at Gamescom he got to play it. He played like a one story mission within the open world, so I got to experience some of the open worldness of it. I just can't wait. It feels a bit Witcher. It feels a bit Soulsborne. But at the same time, none of those things and its own thing. If it's as good as I think it's going to be, could be, I think, one of those games that maybe not many people are aware of, but then it's going to come out and everyone's going to be like, "Oh my god, this! It's shaping up to, I think, being a really, really exciting fantasy open world single player role playing game." one of my favourite genres.
Yeah.
And this just has all of the ingredients, I think.
Yeah, well, you've just very much stuck it on my radar, I must admit.
Yeah, it was coming out the day before.
Oh, yeah, that's a
Saros,
problem. Well, I'll get a day in. And,
Just power through it.
I'll probably get it done in a day.
Yeah, go
no
on, Dave. I
problem.
believe in you.
Rosie, let's come to you again, please. What's the second game you're really looking forward to in 2026?
Second game I'm really looking forward to in 2026 is Reanimal.
Oh, nice.
So
Yes,
I'm really,
yes.
really looking forward to this. It comes out on the 13th of February. So my February is going to be very, very busy.
Oh, blimey.
But I'm really looking forward to this one because at first I love the look of it. Like
Yeah.
I feel like recently I've just been talking about like horror and creepy things and stuff like that. I do play other games, but it's just at the moment things that are just coming out that are like piquing my interest. I'm like, oh yeah, I really like the visual creepiness and like the creatures that they're creating in this. Because we haven't seen that much of it. I was very fortunate that I got to play a section of it at Gamescom. And when I did play it, immediately I had a wonderful time playing it. With my friend who I've met at like another event before, and we were just very fortunate that we were both like had the same appointment. We were like, last time we played like Sonic Origins or one of the Sonic games together, which was multiplayer. I can't remember which one at the moment. It's like now we're playing Reanimal together, completely different vibe, but we still had a really great time. And whilst I was playing it, I was there thinking, I can't wait until the full game's out and I can relive this like excitement and also like I don't want to say fear because it's not as if it's like a fearful game or anything like that. It's just very atmospheric, like the uneasy atmosphere, but it also draws you into it. And I can't wait to experience that with my mate Liam, who I played Little Nightmares 1 with and Little Nightmares 2 with. We still need to play Little Nightmares 3 together, but Reanimal is done by the same team as Little Nightmares 1 and 2. So I'm really looking forward to, if anything, just sharing the experience with him again, like because we did, like I said, Little Nightmares 1 and 2, we had a great time with it. When we were saying like, oh, what do we think could be happening? And we would pass the pad with Little Nightmares 1. So if there was something that ended up chasing you, if we died, then, have a couple more goes and be like, oh, come on, I'm going to have a go now. But we both were just incredibly drawn by the universe that this team creates. And I'm really looking forward to seeing the world that Reanimal does create with these two characters. How it's not as if it's a world where it's like, oh, we just tell you everything, so it's really clear and stuff. You have to piece things together. You learn more from environmental storytelling, and it is a game where literally you're looking at like even the smallest detail. If you're just running in a room and then you see something like scurry away for a little bit, you're like, oh, I saw that. But it's also like, what was that? Like, oh, do I want to go that way now? I don't know. And also just the creatures that chase you are really like, they're like familiar, but also incredibly disturbing. The section I played at Gamescom, there was like I think they were a train conductor, but it's like, oh, it's a giant being and you are just these two much smaller human beings. But this train conductor is still like, its limbs are extra long or something like that. Or it still just goes like, just does like, rather than just saying like, hello, I'm a train conductor. It might just be like, just making these horrible noises instead.
I'm pleased we got some Rosie noises into this.
That's right, yeah. I think I've met that train conductor, actually.
Oh, yeah. Just hopping on the train and just go, you're like, yes, it's a return.
To the
I don't have my rail
1249
card.
service to...
Standing room only.
Exactly. And also like even just the puzzling elements of the team behind Reanimal, like their fun little puzzles that they make are really like interesting and just fun to figure out with your friend. And one thing I absolutely love about these games is that if you're like the set pieces that they do out, like for example when you're being chased, they do it so that literally you are escaped by the finest thread. It's like you are constantly on that brink of like, am I actually going to make it, or is the game going to let me be free? And the way that they time it is so good that because, it's not as if it's like, oh, it's fine, the game's going to let me do this. It's like, even though you might think that, you still probably may get caught if you do like a wrong turn or something like that, or you think you're safe. And like, again, there was a moment with the train conductor where I was hiding under some seats and it was just looking under a couple of the seats and I was like, please don't look under my one, please don't look under my one. And then of course it looked under my one and like my friend like laughed at me. So I'm really looking forward to basically just having a really fun time playing it with my mate, and whilst also being entranced by this interesting and spooky world, essentially.
This is a horror game I would definitely play as well. I've played Little Nightmares 1 and 2 and had a lot of fun.
Yeah.
And I do think the art style, the aesthetic, just the world building is like really weird.
Yeah.
But like in that sort of Moorish way where you can't look away.
Yeah,
Just
yeah.
like, oh,
I love
don't
the
like
weirdness.
it, but I like it.
Yeah, that's it. It's weird. That's what I like. It's the weird sense of it.
Yeah.
Dave,
Yes.
another game, please.
I'll gladly give you another game, and it's another game by Capcom, and it's Pragmata.
I
a
am.
brand new game.
Yeah. If you weren't going to talk about this, I was.
I've been watching this one for a while.
We should just
and,
say Capcom quickly. Flipping heck.
we
They
say it all
are
the time.
Absolutely smashing it.
Onimusha, I wanted
for the
to say
last-
as well, honestly.
Onimusha's coming as well.
I know.
I was like, no, I've got one Capcom slot. I'll
It's
give it to
just
something else.
Banger after banger after banger, year after year.
It is. They don't miss, and and it's really exciting to see them not miss, in my opinion, with a new IP,
Yeah.
which I know is a very corporate thing to say, but a new game, a new world. We've got a new story, new characters, new everything, and I'm really excited for it. It's a game that I think was first announced before the PS5 was even out. It was part of the kind of original announcement phase of the PS5. Went very quiet for a little while and came back with a bang last year, with a bit of an apology for having gone so quiet, but a commitment to coming out in 2026. And it's a really fascinating game. I think the basic premise is that you're a character who wakes up. I think you've gone to a moon base where something has gone wrong and you're there to try and fix it, but you kind of wake up and you find yourself having to become friends with a little girl who is actually a robot. She knows she's a robot. Everybody knows she's a robot. It's not a surprise. It's not that kind of game. And she sits on your back, and together you have to kind of survive this moon base and escape it. And you're surviving these like attacks from robots, basically. And the way that you work together is you control. And like Rosie, you'd be able to talk more about this because you've actually played a section of the game. But as I understand it, from what I've seen, you're controlling both characters at the same time. One character moving at the guy who moving around and shooting the enemies, and the girl on your back, she's hacking them, and you kind of have to. There's like a little mini a hacking sort of mini game or mechanic, which you have to do at the same time as avoiding attacks and launching your own attacks. And that mechanic, I know we've talked about this all the time. I'm a mechanics guy. I like mechanics in games. I've not seen one like this before, I don't think. Certainly not that you do at the same time in real time. And I just want to get my hands on it. And everybody I know who has got their hands on it is just saying it is so, so good. And I was lucky enough to have a presentation with Capcom earlier this year. Didn't get to play the game. They just talked to me about it and showed me some screenshots. And when they explained this mechanic to me, I was already super excited. And I don't think I can explain to you why I'm excited, especially in having never played it. But I know how it's going to feel. I just want to find out that I'm right. I know how it's going to be in my mind, even though I've never played it before and I've never played anything like it before. But I know how it's going to be, and I can't wait to do it. Rosie, you should talk about your experience of actually playing it.
I just absolutely loved it. I've been quite fortunate that I've been able to play pretty much the same segment twice. Only one segment had included the boss fight at the end. You know, they had to do the thing where it's like, oh, you have to stop here. And I was like, no, please, I want to fight the boss. And then when I was able to fight the boss, I was like, yeah. But I've always been incredibly interested in this game, like you said, from when the trailers first came out. But it wasn't until I actually played it that was what got me really excited for this. It just feels so fluid. It's because like you say, it's when you talk about it, it sounds complex. It sounds like you're like, oh, how am I going to wrap my brain around it? But you honestly, you just do. It's because I can't remember exactly the buttons, but you're able just to move around, carry on firing, but also because the mini game is all like just direction focus, figuring out a little puzzle to find a little route. It's just, you're able to process all of it, and also I think as well because you're hacking from a distance as well. It's not as if it's, like say, for example, in Resident Evil, when zombies are all around you and then you're panicking and they're all just on top of you and you're like, well, that's it, I'm dead. Like here, there's a beautiful like distance and speed and timing of the enemies that it does give you time to process, okay, right, I'm going to hack into this villain, just hack so that it opens up their weakness. And even if they are pretty close to you, you want to like back away first. You feel incentivized to be like, no, I'm going to get that distance, because honestly, hacking is incredibly beneficial.
Yeah.
And I think that's the fun thing as well. You don't have to hack all the time, but pretty much when like you're going to be hacking all the time, and it's just quick, it's fast paced, it's so fun when you just get the hang of it and you're just doing it. I think that's the thing, you're just doing it and it feels great to just do it. And I really liked it as well because it really reminded me of the Yakuza 0 disco dancing game, which is so I was there and I was like, as soon as I saw it, I was like, I know that I've had a similar mechanic, but I haven't had one where it's like, like you say, you're also controlling the character and shooting and considering what gun you're equipping and also doing this hacking mini game.
I actually did think of one, a reference point that's similar, which is Helldivers 2, when you're calling in something from space. You're having to do a stratagem. You're still moving around and shooting, and then you're desperately trying to put your stratagem code in. Bit like that, but the hacking minigame is kind of guiding a sort of, a cursor around a sort of a maze. But if you can guide it, you can just get straight to the, to the end and lower its defenses, but you can also go through particular nodes. If you put in the extra time and find the extra time, you can go through particular nodes to give yourself power-ups, to give them debuffs and stuff like that.
Yeah.
I totally understand what you were saying about the fights are very set up. It's like you walk into a sort of like an arena. Every room, the first thing you're doing is like looking around and seeing what the enemy types are, where they are, and you kind of planning the combat like that. Well, I should go after this one first, and I need to be aware of this one because it's up my side, but I'm keep the distance and I'll hack that one. And I think it's on top of that, the relationship with the characters and just the sci-fi story really appeals to me. Like what's gone wrong on this moon base, it looks epic, like some these kind of, they've got this technology that allows them to kind of create virtual reality worlds almost, where you feel like you're on Earth, and then but these screens have been smashed and your view spills out onto the surface of the moon and you can see the Earth in the background. It's just a bit of me, and I'm really, really looking forward to it. And again, I talked about the kind of pedigree of Housemarque, and I think as we did talk about the pedigree of Capcom, it's just like, I know it's going to be great. Rosie's played it, she's told me it's great. I just want to play it.
Yeah.
So 2026, man.
Well, you can play it soon.
Oh, I can. Well, at some point, but yes.
Yeah.
Rob, what's your last game?
I think March is going to be bedlam.
Oh no,
because this comes out on the 27th of March.
That's not enough time for me.
So
what is it?
On the 19th of March, you've got Crimson Desert. On the 20th of March,
Saros.
We've got Saros. On the 27th of March, we've got 007 First Light.
Oh my goodness
of course.
My goodness me.
I think we all remember where we were, when we first found out that IO Interactive were making a James Bond game.
Yes.
And I think everyone's reaction was like,
that makes sense.
Yes.
Yes. Good choice,
Perfect.
everybody.
Good.
Yes. We approve of this.
Thank you.
Because everyone knows that, Hitman is like, there's so many James Bond elements in Hitman. Like disguising yourself, going into like fancy parties, schmoozing, assassinating targets creatively and sometimes humorously.
Yes.
And not always just by shooting them.
Just
doing something a little bit cooler than that.
Yeah.
And now they're getting to literally make a licensed James Bond game. And I think it's a brave choice what they're doing to sort of focus on a younger James Bond before he becomes the suave secret agent that everybody knows. And it's, they feels like they've been given a creative license to sort of properly explore this sort of area of James Bond's story, which is very cool. But also, having looked at that extended gameplay sequence that we got to enjoy earlier in the year with the State of Play that was dedicated to 007 First Light, it just feels like it's everything we wanted it to be. When I heard that IO Interactive was making a Bond game, I was like, okay, well, I hope it's going to have loads of cool Hitman-y type things and then loads of cool action set pieces as well. And that's just what it is.
Yeah.
There's that, a sequence inside, sort of like a fancy party, or you're not supposed to be there, but you talk your way in, you blag your way in. And I like how that seems to be a legitimate gameplay option. So often the fail state is so black and white when it's a stealth video game. You're either hidden or you've been seen. And if you've been seen, immediately your cover's blown and all the enemies know exactly where you are. But we got like a little glimpse of how that might not always be the case in 007 First Light. Like Bond gets seen, but he just quickly comes up with an excuse, or he's able to talk his way through the situation, so you can calm it down. So it's not always like oh my God, there you are. And I love that kind of, okay, I'm in. I've got into the place I'm not supposed to be in. Okay, now what can I do? I'm cobbling together. I found a weapon here, found some equipment there I might be able to use. Knock this person out, take their clothes. And it's a little bit of Hitman, but with that sort of 007 swagger. Just a little bit of added charisma in it, which I really like. Like, Agent 47 is he's like a blank canvas, really.
Yeah.
Whereas 007, he has personality to him. He has a bit about him.
Yeah.
And I really was enjoying the sort of back and forth between Bond and his sort of like the people on his team.
Yeah.
Trying to do this mission. And Bond, as you would imagine is the case, going off-piste and not really following the plan, winging it, seeing an opportunity, and there's a little bit of a Nathan Drake-esque quality to him as well, I think. And it reminded me a lot of the Uncharted 4 heist mission, which you'd have to say is very sort of heavily influenced by Bond itself.
Yeah.
Like that whole bit is just Naughty Dog being like, should we do like a little bit where it's a bit like Bond in this Uncharted game? So it's cool to see the inspiration sort of coming full circle, I think. And certainly when it gets to the bit of the gameplay that we saw where we see the more action-focused stuff, we see the car chase, we see that incredibly climactic shootout at the airport, with the plane, and you're thinking, yes, I can see the Uncharted DNA here. I can see Hitman DNA in it. And it's so amazing how both Hitman and Uncharted have Bond DNA in them, and now they're all coming back into what looks, for all intents and purposes, like being, I hesitate to use the word perfect, but that this is what I have wanted, and I'm sure many people have wanted from a James Bond game for years.
Yeah.
Please don't please don't make it just running around and shooting. Let's have a little bit of shooting and some car chases, but also I want to just, I want to walk around in a tuxedo at a party and just and talk to the bad guys and see what, how I can sort of, wisecrack my way out of situations.
Yeah.
And just knowing how good IO are at this particular brand of gameplay, I cannot help but just be incredibly excited about this game.
Yeah, I think you're right. I think, March is just an unbelievable month.
Yeah, we're gonna have the problem that we have every year. Where it's like, oh my god, the back. I could already see my backlog being like, no, there's no more room for more games in here.
more.
Something's gonna have to go in there. I can't play them all at once.
I could get rid of my existing backlog and start again on January.
just be like, new
And
year,
still,
new
by
me.
the end
By
of
March,
March, I'd already have
it's
like
backlog town
5
again.
games in the backlog again. It would be like, oh, God. That's crazy. I can't believe it.
Yeah,
What a year.
I mean, we've not even mentioned like the obvious game.
I don't know what you
that's
mean.
coming out in
What?
2026.
There's a big game
The
coming out
biggest
in
game in the universe is coming out in 2026. And we're doing this podcast and not even talking about GTA.
No.
Which is, I think remarkable testament to how many great games they just keep making good games all the time.
Yeah.
And I wish they'd
you don't.
just let me play them.
Well, yes, there's that. I wish
Just let me play 'em.
I wish I could invent more time.
Yeah.
That's what I want. I
Yeah.
don't want
Yeah.
fewer games. I want more time.
Yes, that would be great.
Yeah.
But yeah, 2026 I think is already shaping up to be an unbelievable year.
Just roll straight in.
Yeah.
Yeah. Years don't work like they used to. They don't. It used to be reset in January. Off we go again. Well, how's this year going to be? Now
Everything's
it's just like a
all
conveyor
paced
belt.
out.
It's just like keep on going.
Well, February for like brilliant games. I think February has become the new November.
Really?
November used to be the month where it's like, oh, all the good games come out in November.
Yeah.
And now they're all like, they're just all over the place now.
Yeah.
February, March.
Yeah, sure.
There's some other months.
There'll
as
be
well.
some other ones for sure.
And
Yeah.
somewhere in the year there are some other months.
Yeah.
Yes, indeed.
Yeah.
Well, Rosie, you'll be playing these games, but not as part of PlayStation Access anymore.
No.
Sadly.
No.
Tell us what you will be doing instead.
Oh, this is weird and exciting. So I am going to be going independent. I'm going to be. So essentially, little fun fact for those who may not know, before I joined PlayStation Access, I had my own YouTube channel called Professor Juice. And I'm going to be bringing that channel back to life. I'm just going to be talking about video games that I just love and want to talk about. I'm just going to be making comedic, fun videos on those. So, if you like me being silly here on Access, then I'm going to be silly over there as well.
Probably more silly, I reckon.
Probably.
There'll be nobody saying,
There'll be no one to say
is this
no."
too silly?
It's too silly. I actually might want to tone down on the silliness there. And I'm like, no.
Can't talk about Yakuza again.
Yeah, Rosie, not just Yakuza.
Yes, I can.
Yeah. After all, why not?
Why not? And I'm also going to be doing my own Twitch channel as well, also under the name Professor Juice, where I'm going to be playing. The plan is at the moment I'm going to be playing like a retro game and a modern game because I love modern gaming. I also love retro gaming. It's just who I am. So
You just love gaming.
I just love gaming. I
That's
just love games in general.
How can we sum that up? I like old games and new games.
I like big games.
I like small
games.
No. Yeah.
So yeah, that's going to be like the overall plan. Like with Twitch, I'm thinking of at the moment streaming twice a week, and I'm gonna have like the one slot for the retro and then the one slot for the modern, and then for my YouTube videos, I'm just gonna be making big videos on just on a specific topic on like a collection of games or something like that, for example. But just things that I play and I think I want to talk about this. I'm going to talk about it, and then I'm just going to go and do it.
So are you going to be streaming Resident Evil Requiem as
yeah.
Professor Juice?
Yeah, I would love to. So that's the thing as well. This is also why I'm like, okay, so when I start up in January, I need to play something that I can just fit in January. So that when it comes to the end of February, then I'm like, yeah, Resi Requiem. So that is like, I'm hoping that's going to be one that I play on my Twitch as well, which I'm very, very excited for. Well, I say hope. I'm going to be doing it. So I'm very excited for that.
Exciting times.
Yeah.
Well, obviously, we hope that you will be coming back here occasionally
I
for
would
the
love
odd
to.
fun live stream /video /podcast.
I would absolutely love to. If you're happy to open the door for me again, or if not, I'll just sit outside the front
It
door.
depends. We're recording this before our sort of big Christmas Maze live stream that we're going to be doing next week. And if you've defeated me in that, Rosie, you're just gonna have to come back because I can't have you going
Eat it,
away.
Robert S.
I can't have you
Pearson.
going away thinking that you're better than Robert S. Pearson.
I think there's a chance that Rosie already thinks that.
I already think that.
Yeah.
How many times have I fooled Robert S. Pearson's plans?
Many times. Many times. I mean, there's the obviously the famous ones amongst the community, the 3914 probably being most prominent among them.
Yep.
That
But
was an amazing moment.
The one I was most annoyed at was when it was the Spyro challenge. Because as a team, you didn't deserve to win that. You especially, Dave, were appalling in that episode.
I thought you were really unfair with the time
Dreadful.
limit. It was not enough time. It's hard.
What was it? We had to do 2 each, wasn't it?
Yeah,
And
well,
we had to
something
beat
like
6 collectively, I think. Yeah. And you took the special bargain to have 15 extra minutes.
Yeah.
It looked like Dave wasn't going to do it, and then he did do it.
There you
but
go.
He
I
left
played
you,
a part.
He left you, Rosie, I think, I want to say 4 or 5 minutes to do one of the harder flying levels.
Yeah, something like that. I
Rosie's
remember it was close.
So Rosie's not going to do this.
Yeah, I was bad in that. I now remember.
And then you did
Oh,
it
it's
with
all
like,
flood and bag.
and then you did it with like, I can't remember, again, something like 15, 20 seconds remaining, as is your want. And I remember, obviously, externally being furious. Like Robert S. Pearson was furious, but inside, I was very happy.
Oh, thank you, Rob.
That was
Not
a
Rob
great.
S. Pearson.
That was a great ending to that episode. But he
Yeah.
seems to do it all the time.
Well, if you want
Just-
to talk about great endings, then the one I think about is another. I think this was the first Christmas maze when you beat
Stormy Ascent.
Stormy Ascent. And for all the world, I think we try and stay really positive, and you're really good at staying positive. And it just felt like for all the world, actually, this time you just weren't going to do it. It was like, I think it's just a bridge too far. I feel like just at the end, the last 5 minutes, the enthusiasm had died a little bit, at least for me and Nath and Elle. We were like, it's not going to happen. She's done really well, but it's not going to happen. And then it just was happening. You were just doing it. And
just
was
happened.
I couldn't believe it. I couldn't. And it was wasn't it literally the last
It was
life?
the last
Yeah,
life.
it was the
I
very
watched
last
that,
life.
That
Very
moment
last
back
chance.
now, and you think, I could understand people saying that we'd fixed that.
Yeah.
Because you couldn't write that.
You couldn't write it.
But it literally genuinely happened that Rosie did it on the last life.
Yeah.
That was the second ever episode of the Christmas Maze.
Wow.
I think that's
And-
probably the loudest I've screamed
Yeah.
at a game in general also.
I
Like
remember
the
it, yeah.
scream I got once I did that, because I'll never forget, even when you're at the end, the game's like, oh, look, there's like 3 boxes here. And I remember all, like, especially me, I was just like, because you have to jump to the ending platform. And I was like, I cannot overshoot this. I cannot like just have Crash go wee and miss
Yeah.
the final platform. So even that final jump, I was like, intense was up. And then the intensity was up. And then when I landed on it, it just all came out. Because remember as well, like, Nathan and I were eating chilies at the
Yes.
same
Yeah.
time.
I remember Nath was eating them. I didn't remember you were eating them.
I had a couple of
didn't you?
them.
You just
Rosie
like, felt sorry for
Rosie
him.
had no
Me
reaction to the chilies
No.
at all. Just didn't care.
Yeah.
It was just like, yep.
I was
Yeah.
like, right, we're just going to do this for Nate. Like, here we go.
Just to help Nath out.
Yeah.
Because Nath just had to eat them, I think.
Yeah.
And Rosie was like, I'll take a few. Because he was
And I
sweating.
can say those chilies were hot because the next year we did like a reverse challenge where I had to eat the chilies.
Oh, yeah.
And I was very uncomfortable.
Yeah.
Yeah, they were
Nasty.
hot. I just remember when the door opened in the old office when we had the door and the smell of
We
just
could
this
smell the spice in the air.
smell the spice. And literally Nathan and I sitting there, I didn't smell it until I smelled like outside fresh air. And then I was like, oh, that stinks of spice. But
It's like when you've been gaming in a room for 5 hours and you go downstairs for a glass of water and then you go back in your room. You're like, oh man,
Yeah.
I need to open a window.
I should open the window.
Yeah. Yeah, that was an amazing thing.
Yeah.
I always, for some reason, thinking of that, or just thinking of that room, has also made me think of the Nath's kind of leaving stream when he surprised you with his like, I'm going to get more platinums than you, unless, and I mean that was more just like that was just more a memory. Obviously, I associate very heavily with you, but also with the community. Just
Yes.
the way everybody came together to help you get that platinum for Fall Guys was just
That was great.
amazing. That was such a great day.
Seeing just a sea of coral blue
Yes.
every game we went into.
Yeah.
That was great.
And it kind of, it kind of hung at the end. We weren't sure for a while if it had happened as the trophy popped.
Yeah.
I remember that anticipation of like, she's definitely.
Because you had to go back to the main
she's
menu,
definitely
didn't
won
you?
3 in a
Like-
row. She's done it 3 in a row. She's done it. I'm sure she's done it. Has she
5
done
in
it?
a row, wasn't it?
Was it 5 in a row?
5 in a
Oh
row.
my god, 5 in a row is impossible. That's crazy. That was just like, that was such a good.
I remember that as well
moment.
because I'll always say that, especially as time's gone on, people have been like, oh, so you cheesed that trophy, you cheesed it. And I'm like, literally.
Is that a cheese? I think
Oh, I'm-
cheese feels like a cheap cheat.
They say like I've had some people say you cheesed it because we basically took over the entire server with
Yeah.
blue coral blue beans that were all trying to help me. Well, some were trying to sabotage me. There were some
Yeah,
saboteurs,
there were.
but primarily trying to help me get the wins. And I'm literally there like, that does not matter to me at all. The fact was I've never had a moment in gaming where like a community I felt so like just so connected to a community and so like just it was so joyful. Like how many times can you say that a server was overtaken whilst it was the Australian server, wasn't it? Because
It
they
was
were
the
all
Australians.
asleep. Because they were all
They were
asleep.
Yeah.
So we literally were like, while they're asleep, we're gonna hop into the server.
They snuck in.
Snuck in. Like Mediatonic were probably just like, what on earth is
Yeah,
going on with
that's
this
right.
server?
You see it.
Mission
Australia's
Control.
waking
They've
up.
got unusual behaviour in the Australians.
Check it again.
They're all coral blue.
Yeah.
But honestly, it's one of my favorite platinum trophies just because of that moment. And I don't even care that I lost the challenge with Nath. Like, he won it. He got all the Uncharted platinums fair and square. He beat me to it.
I don't know if it was fair and square.
I mean, he did set up the whole thing, Rosie. Like, he set you up to fail, to be fair.
He did, to be fair. And also just when he had that video as well, and I genuinely had no idea.
Yeah.
I just thought we were going to have a fun time playing Fall Guys because it was like, it was what we were all playing at the time. And Nathan and I, at the time we had this thing was like, who's getting the most platinums and stuff. But I never expected that at all. Nathan Snake, I would never expected that.
That was a good bit.
So that was absolutely fantastic.
We're going to, one thing, I mean, we're going to miss you in lots of ways, but Axis is definitely going to be short of many new catchphrases, I think.
Yeah.
I can't think of any that aren't yours. All I can think of are your amazing catchphrases over the years.
Aww.
What about, I particularly like the ones where it's Rosie losing.
Yes.
My favourite Rosie lost one is "Watch this."
Another Fall Guys one.
Fall Guys one.
That
Watch
was a good
this,
one.
where you were so sure you're about to do something cool and qualify.
I like, what are the rules?
What are the rules? That was another Christmas Space challenge,
What are
wasn't
the
it?
rules is a great one. Obviously, consider healing.
Consider healing. Yeah, consider healing. I still get people today come up to me and be like, Rosie, consider. Like, have you considered? Like,
Considered not dying.
yeah, have you considered not dying, or have you considered this? Like, now it's just become a thing that whenever you do something that you should do, like dodge at this attack, and then you don't do it, people just go like, consider.
Yes,
considered.
consider.
It's genuinely become just that phrase, just that word, consider.
It didn't catch on as much, but I found it very hilarious. Was the apparently stream.
I don't
I
remember
don't know
that
what
one.
game it was, but it was like, well, Ash has won that apparently.
Oh, yeah. Rosie's passive aggression is unbelievably good. It is so excellent.
Like that. That's the thing. Whenever
That's
I've
what the
said,
best thing about it is
Yeah.
that it genuinely isn't passive aggression.
No.
It just sounds like it is.
Yes.
honestly, whenever there's like a quote that I've said, and it's because I genuinely haven't meant it in a way that's how it's been said.
This
like,
is the other part, is that we get the explanation.
I
of
was
how
playing,
it's
I
done.
was playing online with Rob last night and my friends as well.
Yes.
I just meant we were a group. I just meant it's like the whole thing with colleagues as well. Like,
Yes.
don't you hurt my colleague? It's just because I forgot to say teammate or just
Friend, Rosie.
like even
Friend.
just friend. So I was like, what's another word for teammate? Colleague. And then ever since it just became don't you hurt my colleague? Like, and that's also just always been there. And as well, a more recent one as well, Mamram. I've still got people.
Oh yeah, you should have got that. You should have got that, Rosie.
I've got people coming up to me and be like, but Rosie, Mamram. And the thing is, I forget about the word Mamram, and then I remember, and then I'm just like,
Yeah.
internally.
Oh, that's made me think of COD as well.
Oh my God, yes.
A fish.
What was it? What game has an acronym for a fish or something like that?
I don't even think it was that.
No,
you were
it wasn't even
You
that.
were right to be annoyed. It was.
No, it was what game title shares the same name as a fish?
Yes.
Or something like that.
Yeah.
And I was there thinking of all these fish things, and I was like, and I remember, I think someone said like, no, it's just it's a fish. It's not as if it's like Sega bass fishing or bass fishing or bass
It's bass. It's still bass. Just so you know, it's not. You're not
Sega double bass.
yeah. Slap at a bass, catching a fish.
And I just remember when you said, was it COD that was said, or was it Call of Duty?
It was. By the way, this is all Ash. Don't
Was it?
look
I
at.
was-
Don't get cross with me.
No, I'm not getting cross at you.
I was just in the room.
Yeah.
It was Ash. I think she just went COD. Call of Duty. COD.
I just remember just like my natural, just genuinely just the fire springing up on me after thinking of every single fish that I could think of. And then it's an acronym for, it's not even as if it's like just the game title, which is what I was led to believe. It was an acronym for Call of Duty.
Yeah.
It's not as if Call of Duty's a fish.
No, it's not.
This is the Call of
You were
Duty
right. Like I
fish.
said,
I
you
don't
were
think
right to be
Rosie's gotten
cross.
over this
I
one.
think you were right to be cross. Yeah.
Rosie's not gotten over this
Because
one.
I still remember the fire. I still
Yeah.
remember it. I just remember my face and my eyes just widening, just being like, what do you mean?
You became aware of the situation.
I became aware of the situation. Yes, that was another Astro's Playroom one.
Yeah,
I'm
that was
aware
me.
of the situation. Oh, so good.
It's been a long time.
Yes.
I do go back and watch that every now and again.
Yeah.
I think Alex did it recently as well.
Oh, it's very good. Well, there's still lots to look forward to, though, Rosie,
Yes.
this coming year with your own Professor Juice channel, and hopefully many more wonderful catchphrases that we'll be
I'm sure there
tuning
will be.
into and making T-shirts of.
Yeah.
And, I can't wait to hear them and to watch you on your upcoming adventures. It's not the end, because there will definitely be times where Rosie comes back to visit us for special
Whether
occasions.
she likes it or not.
Whether she likes it or not. But for now, it's the end of this podcast. It's the end of 2025, and it's the end of a PlayStation Access era. Have a wonderful new year, everybody, and we will be back in 2 weeks' time with the next episode of the PlayStation Access podcast. Until then, goodbye.
I love you all. Thank you for everything. Bye.
PlayStation